Hey guys, welcome to Coding After 30. In this video, I'm going to talk about starting a big project. Now, a lot of times when you start in a big project, you start working on it, and sometimes you just don't have any ideas of where to go. So the first step, you should definitely plan your project, but sometimes I know you don't even know what you want to build. So what is the solution here? So I'm going to show you what I'm doing and how having a project idea, maybe it's something you didn't come up with yourself, because original ideas sometimes take a lot of hard work. You could actually take somebody else's project, and I chose to do a bug tracker project, which is a great project to put in your portfolio because it showcases a lot of different skills that you're able to do to make a bug tracker work. So we're about to jump into the computer. I'm going to show you what I have, but before I do, my name is Paul, and on this channel I talk about switching careers into web development late in life. So if this is something that interests you, consider subscribing. Alright guys, before we jump into the computer, the most important thing when you're starting out, it's actually coding and building things. The most important thing you could do is to build as much as you can, because that's where the skill of being a developer comes from. It doesn't come from taking courses. That's the knowledge that helps you to complete the next step, which is building projects. So you need to start by building stuff. And a lot of times when you're starting out, you don't know what to build. So the best thing to do is actually look up what are some of the common projects you could build for your portfolio. A lot of people choose to build websites, some people do mobile apps, whatever it is, but I really like the idea of a bug tracker, and that's something I started to do. Like I mentioned before, when you're starting out a big project, sometimes you're not sure what to do. Now, I cheated. I actually went online and looked up a bunch of different bug trackers that are available, and instead of thinking about it myself, instead I just wanted to mimic what they did and recreate the same thing. Now, there's nothing wrong by finding other people's work and taking inspiration from it, because a lot of times when you're starting out, that is the best way to learn. So instead of spending forever, months and months trying to come up with stuff and never really get started, find what you like, and for step one, recreate it. Instead of that whole idea of like, well, what data do I need in the bug tracker, or how should I make the UI, you'll have some great examples to check out, and you'll be able to mimic your app that you're working, and you'll actually be able to start on your first project for your portfolio. Now, when you're starting on a big project, instead of trying to build everything at once, what I like to do is to experiment with things and build components in isolation. I like to use CodePen.io because it's very easy for me to share what I post there. What I do when I start building a big project, I try to break the project into pieces and then recreate that in CodePen. For example, I had a form that I have in my bug tracker app. I created it in CodePen first to kind of give me an idea of what I wanted. I did that in CodePen first to kind of see if I liked the idea before I moved it into my app. But I'm going to show you that in just a moment, so don't worry, stick around. We're going to have a little bit of fun, but more importantly, just remember, if you take anything away from this video, if you decide to stop watching now, is that you need to build projects. And if you can't find inspiration or not sure what to do, it's okay to find some website you like, some app you like, and recreate it. Okay, with that being said, let's jump into the computer. All right, guys, here we are at my computer. So let me just show you my project first. It's a React app. It's called Track a Bug. Basically, it's going to be my bug tracker. So far, I have a working form. So you could log in, super secret password. Not going to tell you what it is. And once you're logged in, you get to see the menu here. You could also click this button and log out. I have basic UI. This section here is not done yet. This is going to show you all the bugs that I have assigned to me, but I have this home section, and the home section will show all the projects that you have. Right now, all this information is hard-coded, but as you could see, I have the UI kind of set up. So you'll be able to click on any one of the projects, and it will take you to the project, show you more information, all the tasks that are assigned to that current project. And then I have this all bugs. It's not only going to show you the bugs that are assigned to you, but it's going to show all the bugs that everybody's working on. So this is a nice data table here. And eventually, I'll have this section here, which is going to be whoever the user is logged in, is going to show their information, their bugs they're working on, and so on. So the idea here is like, how did I come up with this design? Well, I cheated. Like I said before in my video, I basically found out and Googled bug trackers and found one I like. And one of the websites I like to use, by the way, Theme Forest, where they sell a lot of themes. And so you could actually get a lot of good ideas from there. So let me go over there and show you that in just a moment. Hey guys, here's Theme Forest. Excellent website to get inspiration ideas for websites that you could use. I like this one a lot because this is stuff that people are selling. So you you know this is something that, you know, could make you money. So if you could design things like this, you know, you could in the least make themes and sell them on this site. Great way for you to make money if you so choose to. Not something that I do, but let's look up dashboards. So here we go. You're gonna see a bunch of different templates that are going to appear, and you could kind of scroll through this, see what you like, and once you find one, you could click on it and be like, oh, this looks kind of interesting, let me check it out. And you could see here live preview. Like, I bought this template. You don't have to buy it, by the way, but I did because I want to support the developers that make it. And here you are. So notice how the sidebar looks completely different than mine. And what you're going to do once you start building this, use it as a guide. You don't want to make it exactly like it is unless you want to practice recreating things pixel per pixel. And that's a good practice in itself, because imagine you're working as a web developer and UX UI designer brings you a mock-up of the website that you have to build, and you're just able to build it because you could do that. So that's a good practice of actually learning to copy websites, but you could also put your own twist on the things here. With that being said, once you have the template that you like, you could literally be like, I'm not sure how they made this card here. So you could go inspect, and you could use our trusty inspector here, and then you could see it here, not only the HTML they use, but you could also see the CSS that they use. So you could like select elements and be like, okay, what's this? And you could kind of look at the code here. So basically, by opening up the inspector, you guys could see how a lot of these elements are created. So this is a great way to learn CSS and HTML by breaking things down. Now, the additional step I had to take, because I'm making this app in React, is to actually write this in React. So what I like to do, like I mentioned before, sometimes instead of trying to build the whole thing like this and kind of struggle, what I do is I break it down piece by piece. So let me log out here. So you see that I have this form. So what I started with is actually building that form in CodePen. I like CodePen a lot because it allows me to just quickly practice setting up the basic code. And here I'm using React. If you're familiar with React, this stuff is going to make sense. I'm also using styled components. If you're interested, let me know. I'll make some tutorials about it. If you're interested in any of these items that I have here in my CodePen and you want me to make a tutorial about it, let me know. It's great practice for me teaching. So as you could see, I recreated this form in CodePen. I'm like, yeah, I kind of like what it looks like. And then I put it in my app. And I did the same thing for the project cards. I created them in CodePen first. I was like, okay, I'm kind of happy what the CSS looks like, and I added it here in my React app. And I did the same thing with this beautiful table. I recreated it in CodePen. I did it in React. I also used React style component. You could look at this code by looking up coding after 30 CodePen, and you could check it out, see how I coded stuff. But the moral of the story here, when you're starting on a project, you're not sure what to do, there's nothing wrong with using other websites as inspirations and using the inspector to kind of see how they did it, because that's one way to learn. If you've never learned how to build some of these elements, how are you supposed to know? So this is one of the best ways to look at other people's code, reverse engineer it, and build it yourself. And that way you could start working on your awesome app and start to slowly bring it together. Now, of course, I could talk about a lot of different aspects of this app, where you should start, but I feel like finding inspiration from other websites is the way to go, especially when you're starting out. By the way, so here's a simple HTML and CSS small portfolio I did. You have the projects, you have the contact, of course, scroll like this. And if you, this is like a very beginner friendly kind of website. If you're interested to see how I built this, let me know in the comments below, and I will make a tutorial going over how to build this exact website. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time talking your ears off, because what I ultimately want you guys to do is to code and build stuff and build projects. So I do want to show you kind of the process that I'm going through and what I'm doing. So to review this video, not to keep it too long, first you need to build a project. Okay, you don't know what to build. What is the second thing you do? You go to sites like ThemeForest or other websites. There are plenty around, and you just find a site that you like and you literally try to recreate it. And if you get stuck, don't be shy and use the inspector to see what others did to create a certain component that you like, a checkbox, whatever it is, and recreate it. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna jump in on the other camera and we'll go from there. Oh, wait a second, I forgot to tell you, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting. I try to make videos that are kind of useful for you guys, so if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments below. By the way, like these videos, it really does help the YouTube algorithm, because I do want to make sure that if these videos are helpful, you help to promote them and help others discover my channel. But I just want to say it is because of you that I'm able to continue to make these videos. I get really excited when you guys ask me questions in the comments or just comment about my videos, so thank you for that again. And if you're gonna hate, that's perfectly fine. fine. You could, of course, hate the videos, but if you do me a favor and let me know why in the comments below, I really appreciate it because it helps me to make better content. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.